Here we are, episode 25, building character, Caesar RE.
I'm glad you didn't ask me again.
Whoa, my bad. Episode 26, building character, Caesar RE, Black Hack 2K, and our guest this week, down here in the bottom, OverSoul, aka
This gorgeous
Marty,
manifestation of man.
Black has been, I don't even know what you call it at this point. It's just, I'd be worried.
Look at that jawline.
Listen, Marty, we won't get into where you live, okay? I just don't want to have to worry about Black showing up at your door or anything in the middle of the night. We don't want that to happen.
Oh
so.
God. What's up, Dylan?
So Marty, go ahead, give us a quick little intro about yourself. You know, kind of what you're about, and we'll go from there.
Oh yeah, so I'm Marty. But I go by OverSoul, but most commonly OV, like the letter OV. 26 years old. I am. Oh wow, I got a raid.
Nice.
Yo, man, thank you for raid. Let me do this. Yeah, so I'm 26 years old. Perfect timing, actually. That way they get to know. So I'm 26 years old, and I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I got out 2 years ago. And while I was in the Army, I did 2 deployments in Africa. I went to Kenya, South Sudan, Uganda, saw some really cool stuff. And while I was there, I was a network engineer. So that's how I was able to get into the path of computers and stuff. Never really saw myself getting into computers until I joined the Army. And they're like, oh, I told them I wanted a high-tech job, but I still got to blow stuff up. So they're like, oh, you can be you can be a network engineer, and then it was also an airborne ranger contract, so I got to jump out planes, go to jump school, super fun. Probably my best time in the Army, actually, because it was all done after my initial training, learning the job, which took about 7 or 8 months. And then airborne school was kind of like, it was still training, but it wasn't under the surveillance of being in the barracks, having curfew. Although we did have curfew, but you were treated more like an adult. So like we got to go out, drink, do whatever, as long as we come back at a certain time. Yeah, so I did that. I got in 2019, so like 2 years ago. So right now it's about 2 years and some change. And when I got out, I started doing cybersecurity for a career, which was a pretty good transition. Networking is a good baseline. It's a good background to transition into security. And other than that, like my career, I've been married for almost 3 years. 3 years in December. And I also no kids yet. Maybe in the future.
Fur babies.
Couple of years.
Fur babies.
Yeah, but I do have some fur babies. I have 2 Siberian Huskies. Their name is Xenon and Atlas. One is 6, and the other one is gonna be 2. And they're pretty cute. And I also have a 16-year-old cat, which is
holy crap.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't look like it. She's like 7.
Does it move
pounds.
a lot?
When she needs to. She usually lounges around, but she doesn't really have any trouble moving or jumping. But
that's good.
She's spry. She used to be an outdoor cat. It was actually my wife's cat. So she's had her for 16 years, while I've been in the picture for
how long were you?
4 years.
How long were you guys together before you got married?
Like a year and a half. It wasn't.
Yeah, I think
it wasn't too long.
I'm trying to remember. I got married in 2018. We started dating, and we were together for 3.5, I think. But like dating officially for 3.5. But I think we were engaged after like a year and a half. We got engaged, but then we had like a year and a half engagement or whatever for planning purposes.
How long did you live together for? Because we lived together for about 6 months before we got married.
Yeah, so my wife, she moved in 6 months after we started dating. And so we lived together for about just over 3 years before we were married. We bought a house when I proposed the day we closed on our house. Like we signed together, but then we showed up at the house and I proposed. I think her whole family would have killed me if I didn't. You know, she was on a house with me. But yeah, she moved in pretty quick because I lived with at the time I lived with 2 kids that went to her high school, so it was like an easy, hey, come live with us, and then if this works out, we'll get our own place. Otherwise, she can go about her business and we'd be done.
I do want to point out Dylan Sullivan said thank you for the service.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
of course. I'll do it again.
Nice.
Only if I went back in time and still had healthy knees. But yeah, I'd do it again.
Yes. So we've had Ovi, you're gonna be. This is our 24th guest, 26th episode, 24th guest.
Wow.
And I feel like we've had.
It's almost all vets.
No, not all vets, because we've had some young kids. We've had some young kids.
It's well over 50%.
Well, actually, Phil, who was the guest, is now signed up for the Navy and going to the Navy later this year. So that's another,
nice.
right? Hoy never served. Andrew Van Sant never served. It's probably like half. I would say half vets, but it is a lot.
This is my cool guy beret.
Nice.
Nice.
You wear a maroon beret when you're airborne.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you about. I hate putting this thing on. Right. So my hair parts right to left.
Okay.
And
And you guys do
these
it the
berets,
opposite.
when you put them on, it does the opposite, and you have to take it on and off all day going in because you can't wear it in the building, only outside. And yeah, it gets so annoying. I was contemplating just shaving my head.
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm like, nah, I'll just suck it
I
up.
think a lot of people shave their head, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, especially the older enlisted guys. They're usually like super hua, but like you see someone who is pushing the boundaries of the regulations for hair, they're usually pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, we've had some Army guys. I don't think anybody mentioned that they were part of the airborne division though in the Army. So you probably are first airborne.
Oh, you know what we call? You know what we
Wait.
call those?
What?
What was
People who
Swerve?
aren't airborne.
Swerve's Navy. Remember he works
Oh,
as
okay.
submarine.
Yeah. I remember.
What did you say? What do you call what?
Yeah, sorry.
He's talking to the raid.
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
What,
Oh yeah. So the people who aren't airborne,
Yeah.
we call them. Get ready for this.
Oh god.
Legs.
Legs. Okay. There you go. Land folks.
Land goers.
Yeah, land goers.
Okay. Boots on ground. But yeah, that was fun. We had a couple near-death experiences. I wish I had the video to pull it out. I have it somewhere, but me and my buddy got into an literal entanglement in the middle of the air, where we kind of crossed in our the risers, the little strings that are attached to parachutes.
Yeah.
We hit each other and we started looping around, and eventually we were chest to chest with each other. And I look at him like, "You okay?" And he didn't even say anything. He just looks up, and you could see the cogs in his brain were ticking. Like, how the hell do I get out of here? So he takes, and he's 6'4". He's a lot bigger than me. And he takes my little ass body and just throws me the other way, the opposite way. So we started getting untangled. And in the video, you could see, compared to everyone else slowly descending, we're just dropping like a rock. And
Holy crap!
At 300 feet, we finally got
sketchy.
300 feet, we finally got untangled.
And that was during your training?
No, that was just during my regular. We call it like garrison life, because you have to jump once every 3 months to keep your airborne status.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool, because you get, one of the benefits is you get more money every month because you're airborne, but at the expense of your life. So
yeah. Yeah, it's like, here's more money, but you might die.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Here's an extra $150.
Yeah, I was about to say, thank you for your 100.
Right.
Go not die.
Yeah, one of our other Army guys, nice guy, I believe, right? He was there. I mean, he didn't, it was six months. He went through the training and everything. But nice guy said airborne, let's go. Dustin, you weren't airborne though, right? If I don't remember, maybe you were and I just forget. And he also commented on your chair. He said it's a dope chair. Pretty sure Dustin has very similar.
Exactly same one.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, he has the same chair.
It's so good. The soft weave fabric. I was going to get the Game of Thrones House Stark one, just because, the wolf theme. I got 2 huskies.
Yep.
But
nice.
I overheat pretty badly, so I wanted to go with the soft weave fabric, and
Same. I got a
it
lot of
is good.
insulation.
And-
Black's been trying to get me on it.
And it's not just because I'm affiliated.
Ovi, I told you, we talked the other day when I came over to your chat and I was talking about the whole TikTok stuff and everything. And I have two
Right.
channels, right? The one I barely post on TikTok. It's just not where I know you can grow there. It's just I full-time gig. I don't have the time for it. Black always gets on me about not producing any content, whatever. But I see opportunities from time to time. And one of my early TikToks on the Caesar channel was because Black was like, he did a TikTok about his Secret Labs chair. You want to know why I do Secret Labs? Let me tell you. And then I stitched it, and I said, "Look, I don't have the money for a Secret Labs chair, but I got a solution." And I had this chair, and I typed the words "Lab Secret" on the back, and fucking made a meme out of it. Oh yeah, I had a blast with it. But I actually contacted Secret Labs because if I'm spending that kind of money, to be honest with you, what I want is customization. I will pay for customization, but I'm not going to pay that much for, the stock churn out, because in my opinion, like the stock churn out's what's cheaper, right? Because it doesn't cost as much to manufacture. So if I'm going to pay money, I want to pay for customization. And I contacted them, and they said they just don't have that up.
No, same here. I contacted him. I was like, I will pay $200 to have my name on that chair.
Yeah, if I could have got my color pick, right? If I could do a color, not obviously you can't go endless colors, but if you can pick from a palette
at least get maroon
and do some stuff, because I looked at the same stuff like you. I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I do like the House of Stark style. And some of those other ones. That's the one with the wolf, but then there's also the one with the lion that's like red, right, and yellow. But anyway, maybe one day I'll bite the bullet. My back has been killing me.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go super customization, I thought you were talking about like lumbar support.
No, I was talking about style.
Style.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say you want to go with autonomous
Herman Miller
or like Herman Miller, yeah, but they're at minimum like 1,100. So that's up to you if you want.
Yeah, no. This chair was free from work or working from home. I'll take that.
I will add something about this chair though.
Okay.
The people that say that it's uncomfortable to sit on for long periods of time,
they're on crack.
It's either that or they have to go for the smaller version, the Omega one, because honestly, like I had the Titan and I'm like barely at the height limit and weight limit for it, because I think they recommend 5'9" at the minimum and then like 190 pounds, and right now I'm like at like 170, and I don't have an issue with it, but it's like honestly, if you don't have an ass, it's gonna hurt. Like if you don't have meat on your bones, it's gonna hurt after a while.
Back, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Come on, sit back down. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs that right now.
Dude, you even saw a little crack right there. All right.
Damn.
I love my
this
chair.
PG-18. Yeah, no, I love this thing. I've sat in this thing for, I think
I live in mine.
This was 6 hours straight. I have this video of my pups under my desk, and actually I think it goes for like 5 hours. But it was just because you can see my feet there the whole entire time. But it was just like a 5-hour video, just all sped through, just me sitting in this chair.
Nice. Yeah, my back's been.
Is this
what's
Marty?
Marty.
Yes.
Yeah, Marty. But you haven't gotten that level yet. I don't think you can call him Marty yet. I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm
that's
kidding.
fine.
Just
if you're associated with someone who,
I'm just kidding.
Who else goes?
I'm just kidding. So actually, little fun fact, Black, because I don't. You probably know this, maybe, but you probably forget as well.
My memory's shot.
I know Marty through his older brother, who I work with.
Is this the guy with the mic? He was like,
I said that he. Yeah. I just dropped in and he commented on the Rode Pod mic. I was like, I actually won this in the Go XLR through this man.
Yeah,
I just gave another one away.
He just gave another one away yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, Will won it, and then I got another one.
But it's gonna be a couple months before you. It's gonna be a couple months before you do that one, right?
Yeah, because this month's the big old Elgato giveaway back there, and then Xbox One S is the month after, and then we'll probably go back to Go XLRs after that.
So Marty, you got to keep an eye out for that
Ooh.
one.
Yep.
If you got the Facebook and you're following Black, sharing his stream gets you entries.
It's just a share.
Just a share. And he goes live every
Done
day, so you
and
can get an
done.
entry every day that you share
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm live almost
that's
every
it.
day unless there's like a problem, and I
Yeah.
normally post about it or the wife does in case like I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's how I got entered. I mean, I was a supporter through somebody gifting me a supporter, which was awesome. But I pretty much shared on Dad Club Gaming every day, and then I ended up being lucky enough to win. But yeah, so Black, Marty, I met through my coworker.
Did you drop a heart?
I did.
I see it.
Yeah, through a coworker, through my coworker Justin, his older brother. When I bought my PC, Justin worked in my same department. He has the same kind of job that I have, and we started talking PC, and then next thing you know, it was like Justin was just as infatuated with Fortnite as I was. Obviously, this was 3 years ago, whatever, or no, 2 years ago. But then I started playing with Marty and Justin at the same time, and that's how I met him. But Marty, how long have you been on Twitch?
On Twitch, let's see. It's been 2 years and some change. October 2018 would be the exact month.
October.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. 17?
No, you said 18.
18.
So
Well, we started at the same time then.
I feel like that's before you. I was affiliated in September of 2019. I think I started streaming for my PlayStation probably early 2019.
Yeah, I probably got affiliated that same month.
Vibe.
So I either got affiliated on the same month in October or September.
Wait, what's 26 months?
That's
2 years.
So
and
May of 2019.
Okay, because that's Vibe right now. He's my longest. He's been day one.
Yeah, you
so.
started. You were affiliated May of 2019, but obviously you started on Xbox a little bit sooner than that.
Yeah, just messing around.
I don't know how many months it took you to get affiliated, days or whatnot.
Like I think 1.5 months, 2 months, somewhere in there.
So, Marty, you've been on Twitch, and so like, I see you go live, or I see that you're live a lot. Do you have some sort of schedule that you work out that you like you're like I'm going live, or is it just like when you're gaming or whatnot?
So it's been different now. I used to try to stream every day, and I started getting burnt out. I gotta like start doing something else. Yeah. And I was at the very beginning because I was just trying to. I had that mentality. It's like, oh, the longer you stream, the bigger the chances you'll blow up.
Everyone has that mentality.
That was like 2018. I was in like I wish I knew the stuff I knew now.
Same.
But right now,
What kind of advice you want to give people? What kind of advice you want to give people?
Advice?
Yeah, like the thing you know now.
Funny,
like
yeah.
what's the thing that you know now? Like what's the biggest thing that you know now?
Unless it's a secret, then
Yeah,
don't
unless
tell
it's
them.
a secret.
No,
you're like-
it's obvious. Everyone says like, create content out of Twitch. Outside of
Twitch. Yeah, I agree.
Something that's easy. And of course, learn how to video edit. And I always recommend people TikTok, because TikTok actually has a decent algorithm. And if you are gonna post TikToks, make sure you capture people's attention the first 2-3 seconds, because you know how short people's attention span are. If it doesn't catch my attention, I know I immediately start swiping. So I
so get one of those other
title.
Yeah, get one of those other viral videos,
Stitch it.
post them for 2 seconds, and then stitch it. Somebody shaking their ass for 2 seconds. They're hooked. Now they're there.
Yeah.
And you're good.
Exactly. I mean, it works.
Start it off
It's
with
not even
Porsche and then move on.
Oh, I'm not kidding. I'm not going to stoop to that level, but I'm not kidding.
Oh, I do it all the time.
I know
where
you do.
Meme, like,
I know you do.
Where I meme the like chicks that
I know
got
you
their
do.
asses hanging
I know
out,
you do.
and then I'm just sitting there with my finger in my belly button.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, some of them are give me the
you gotta
greatest
pay for
views,
that.
man.
Hey, you know what to say? Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, right.
Fact.
At the expense of morals, and whatever.
Hey, this is what I do, man. I have no morals.
There you go. I mean, as long as we're not beating people up for
Sure.
physically and
Yeah.
emotionally over the internet for stupid stuff. You know,
Sure.
just
Oh, I agree. No,
Mhm.
zero toxicity. It's all about having fun. Unless Caesar's in the chat, and then I'm like,
little bit of
fuck you.
toxicity.
There's a little bit
Well,
of
you gotta
toxicity.
have
You gotta have a little
that
bit.
banter.
There's got to be a
I
little bit.
refer
You
to it
gotta
as a
balance it out.
friendly troll, Obi. I refer to it as a very friendly troll.
Yeah.
Your friendly neighborhood troll, okay? You know? I'm always good for it. I can only take so much though myself.
Whatever you say.
So
That got
you
really bright.
mentioned streaming every day. That's the rhythm I see myself in right now. I have noticed that I have a steady flow right now. You know, consistent people. Excuse me. Which I've talked about this with Black before. At some point in my mind, I've basically decided that I am somebody else's TV. You know, I'm somebody else's cable TV, right? It's like they want to tune in and they want to watch a TV show.
Consistency is key.
Yeah.
Consistent, right? And it's like, I think having, even if you like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? Or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, whatever. I think having a consistent schedule is more important than streaming every day, right?
Exactly.
I think just having that consistency where people know when they're going to be able to find you is key. Me right now, it is every day, and that's because I like playing video games every day. It's like a really good thing to do, and I don't get burnt
It's
out.
a good thing to do.
Yeah, for me, it's a great thing to do.
It's a good escape.
It's not. So it's not it's not the productive thing to do for sure. Like if I spent as much time that I'm doing streaming or gaming and did what Justin does, right, your brother, and I'm out off coding,
We'd all be rich.
and doing freelancing, I would
super rich.
I'd be unhappy but rich, right?
So the thing is Caesar streams more than me, and I'm like, this is what I do.
Yeah, I've been
like,
doing the math. I'm doing about
way
5
more
hours.
than
I'm
me.
doing like 4 to 5 hours a day, 7 days a week. You add that
It's
up,
wild.
between 28 and 35 hours a week, which is almost a second job. Doesn't
That's
pay nearly as
insane.
well as my first, but I'm not doing this as a job. If I was, I wouldn't be doing it because it would be stupid. Like I wouldn't have any fun.
Wait, what?
It wouldn't be fun if I was doing it as a job. Because
I mean, I have fun.
yeah, but this is your job, primary job. If I work 8 hours a day and then I stop to work a second job 8 hours a day, I'm not gonna have fun.
Oh, you're saying like a job on top of a job.
Correct. If they were two different jobs, if I was working them as both two different jobs, this is not a job for me, right?
Yeah.
This is not a job for me. Anywho, what I was getting at is, I have noticed that my struggle isn't so much with ending the stream; it's everything else. It's the I want to say hi to people. I want to raid, and then I want to stick around for a little bit. Ovi was like, I raided him the other night, and he's like, I know it's late. I feel like I'm keeping you around. I'm like, you're not keeping me around. I mean, if you want me to leave, I'll leave, but you're not keeping me around. Like, I'm chatting, and it's like, I'm just having... I don't know. It's not that I get to talk to everybody every day, because if I did, I wouldn't have enough hours in the day, right? So
yeah, it was just later at night. Because I know how I am when I raid someone. I'm like... Well, I'll be like, oh, sorry, I gotta go, but have a good stream. Because usually, like when I raid,
you're done. You're done for that.
I'm done. I'm done for the night.
Ovi, if you see me raid ever, like if you catch it, I do that to so many different people, and I embrace it for people doing it to me. Like there are people that I know won't get mad at me for going to bed, so sometimes I'll raid them at the end of the night just because I'm like, no, I need to like. Raid, shut down, right? Like immediately. So I'll raid them just so I can like say, hey, I'm going to bed. Like I need to go to bed. And it's usually somebody that I'm playing with that whole night or something. It's like, hey, I've already talked to them. You know, they're not going to have any more to say to me, kind of thing. But my struggle is with like those other added things. It's like from the moment I stop streaming to the moment I actually get to go to bed, those hours start to build up. And it's not from like I'm forced to do it. It's all part of enjoyment. Like when I stick around somebody streaming, I chat to them. I want to. When I go watch a YouTube video or something, I want to. It's those kind of things that really draw out my time spent, right? But like right now, we do this, and we've been doing this once a week. But I don't want to give up my games that I play after this. Like I don't do this in substitute. So what happens is I stay up later because I do this for a couple hours, and now it's like, okay, I got to get my games in. But I don't know. So you went to some type of schedule, not every day, or did you go to just kind of whenever you're playing kind of day?
Usually every other day.
Okay.
Like the one I've been trying to do is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's anywhere. It's usually 8 p.m. and then to be determined after that.
Sure.
But yeah, and especially like before I moved, we had a basketball. We had a park with a pretty dope basketball court, and I was just having so much more fun immediately after work, just playing 3 hours of basketball.
Sure.
And at that point, it's like I don't even want to stream.
Sure. Yeah, you
But-
got your enjoyment elsewhere, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Get the serotonin. Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, yeah, I burned all this off. Now I can eat anything I want.
I wish I was that way, dude. Jesus. I'm eating ice
Oh,
cream.
you
1
eat whatever
a.m.,
you
bro.
want anyway. Come on, bro.
I do. Yeah, but like, look at his figure, bro.
Well, he didn't say he eats whatever he wants when he doesn't play basketball. He said he plays for 3 hours, then he eats whatever he wants.
Oh, I play COD for 3 hours and then
yeah.
go stuff my face
Yeah,
with
he-
like
he
pulled pork
earns-
and ice cream.
He earns
No,
that meal.
I have those days. I was never like a big diet guy. Yeah, none of that. But I just like to, calories in, calories out within moderation, of course, because that can be taken to extremes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been talking to the wife about like I was going to the gym every day for an hour a day prior to COVID, and since haven't been able to, due to the fact that I have a 16-month-old and a pregnant wife with another one coming, right? Not even though my wife and I are both vaccinated, I'm not willing to run the risk of us just getting sick or getting him sick. It's just not worth it to have a sick kid or she's already a high risk pregnancy, so I'm trying not to have any issues there. But my sheer endurance and physical abilities have lacked. Like I really want to get back into the gym because I mean I was no meathead by anybody's standards, and I wasn't no track star either. But I got in and I still play baseball. I'm an athletic guy. Yeah, exactly. I went golfing with a buddy yesterday from college, and he actually lives in this area. He moved this area now, so he told me he joined the same gym. It's an LA Fitness, right? But I asked him, I said, oh, so what's the standards over there right now? He said, there aren't any. You don't have to wear a mask inside. You don't have to show proof of vaccination. And I'm just like taken back a little bit because my wife and I the day before were literally talking about, hey, if you need to go to the gym, you should go to the gym kind of thing. And then I get taken back again where it's like, well, I felt comfortable going to the gym if you could not wear a mask if you proved you were vaccinated, because I'm fine with that. Or you wore a mask in there. But people going to the gym and talking, shouting to each other and everything else, it's like, I know there's some assholes in there that aren't vaccinated, right? Now, do I think anybody would go in there not
Especially at LA Fitness?
right?
Half those guys don't have memberships.
Yeah, exactly. They
I
know
used to work
somebody.
at LA Fitness, by the way.
Oh yeah. And do you have hatred? Do you have hatred towards LA Fitness, or it is what it is?
Oh no, I love LA Fitness.
Yeah.
I love especially the price and all the amenities it has. I love it. It's just of course the people you see, and I play basketball a lot.
Yeah.
The people you see on the basketball court act like they're playing for the NBA.
Sure.
And it's these grown men too. So, but it's pretty entertaining.
I got my
Until
membership.
people start
I pay yearly. I had to pay 3 years up front, and I paid $20 a month for 3 years up front. And now, since that ended, I pay $15 a month, a year up front. And they tell me every time they see it, and I renew. Excuse me, I know you're gonna say something, Black. Every time I renew, they say they're just like, whoa, they don't have this membership anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's like such a good deal that I'm like living on that.
The same thing. Yeah, it's like this membership started in.
But I don't feel bad because I'm like, I don't feel bad if I can't go to the gym. Well, no, I'm saying if I can't go to the gym, you know, if I miss a month, $15 is not a bad deal, right? If I only make it 5 times out of the month, that's not a bad deal to go to the gym. Obviously, I want to go all the time, but right now, I would be pissing my pants if I was paying $50 a month and couldn't go to the gym.
Yo, $50 a month.
You know, anything.
Hey.
I mean, Lifetime Fitness is fucking crazy. What's up, Black?
Here's the deal.
I know we started talking sports and fucking gym again, and you checked out.
It's all right. I didn't check out. I was actually like paying so much attention. It was ridiculous.
Okay.
All right. And here's why I was paying attention. Hear me out. All right. It's this right here. Y'all were talking about the gym. My chat's talking about deep frying pizza rolls. All right. We're talking about opening up a snack business, bro. This is the difference between my chat and whatever the fuck a gym is.
Oh, do you want to know? Well, you want to know what my chat just said?
What? I got OverSold up and I got yours up too.
Okay, go ahead and read the chat.
Which one? He is just working on a logo. What are you talking about? I'm not.
That's Dustin.
I just sent.
That's what they're talking
OverSoul's a overlay. If you, I seen he was running the same screen as me.
No. He's talking about Black. Dustin is talking about you, and he said he's just kidding, which we know that, but he's.
One time during a dad cast, I was making a 3D logo. Okay, one time, and he's never let me live it down.
People don't forget. People don't forget. What's up, Neo?
Hey, I'm gonna do what Lynn says, and ain't nobody got time for that. All right.
Neo's birthday, everybody. Longtime Black supporter, Neo in the chat. Happy birthday,
He's
Neo.
He's catching up the vibe.
His birthday. I played with Fortnite with Neo for a while yesterday. I think we're gonna play again tonight. Yeah. So I hear you on the activity. I mean, what's been interesting is I've been playing baseball again this summer. I did get out there and I'm on the baseball field again. But I'm still streaming when I get home. I just stream in my uniform. Like I don't even shower. I sit down covered in dirt and I just go live. I'm just like, fuck it. It's going to feel so weird. I'm leaving Thursday morning to go play in a golf tournament for a couple days. And I'm not going live for 3 days. It's going to feel so fucking weird. So weird.
You got to exit out that purple bar, by the way.
The purple bar.
Yeah, very top. It has that little X.
His streamer mode.
Yeah, he just has the X on that and it'll all light up.
Oh, that's what, there we go. Okay, I was wondering what was throwing it off. I was like, do I have to shift it?
Yeah,
okay, we
streamer
are
mode
at 100% capacity.
Isn't that nice?
That's
what I was doing before we started.
Streamer mode. I hate that always pops up every time you open Discord.
I know, you have to exit out of it every time.
Every time.
Every time. It sucks.
All right, so
cheese
now.
Fitting this whole pizza roll in my mouth.
So we talked about how long you've been on Twitch. Let's talk about games because like I said earlier, I met you playing Fortnite. I know where you stand on Fortnite these days. I get it. Same place Black is. We can either talk about that and I'll go do something else.
I played Fortnite the other day.
What are you talking about? He did too. He mentioned it. He did too. But
and then I quickly exited out.
Right. Look. Right now, Fortnite is prime position. If you want to play pubs, you better be ready to make content, not skill. Don't play for skill. Get in a lobby with somebody who's lower skill, lower account, and have some fun memeing. Get in a UFO, do some weird shit. It's a great place. Don't go in there for skill because I've gotten ticked off a lot of the times with the UFOs that are in the game right now. Right? Arenas, though, if you're trying to play competitive, it is top of the line right now. I think the weapons that they have in the game and just the game itself is pretty good. I've had a lot of fun doing it. But at the same time, Ovi, you've been playing things like Apex and Valorant, which are similar shooting games with a little bit more. I put it as futuristic, right? It's those are more futuristic games. You got a little bit more And Black plays Warzone. Do you play Warzone at all too, Marty, or do you just stick to
I
like
used to play a lot of Warzone, but
the
when
hacking's
I had
annoying?
issues
But
trying to maintain consistent frames, which
sure.
they fixed.
So pissed off
Yeah.
that you said hacking. I did the math. It's 25%, which is still high.
I don't care. I'm just telling you that that's a lot of reasons why. I've never quit playing Warzone for hacking. I'll just say that right now. I've never stopped playing because there was a hacker in the game. It doesn't bother me.
I literally make content out of it.
Well, no,
So-
I mean, I don't run into too
That's
many.
good content.
But the frames, I heard you say, right? And I believe that was one of the reasons why you got out of Fortnite a little bit, right? The frames were, pissing you off.
General optimization, especially at endgame. And for anyone that doesn't
Sure.
know me, I started playing Fortnite the first 2 years of me streaming until Valorant
Same.
came along, and I played competitively and got like some earnings under my belt. So fuck these Fortnite kid shitters.
Yeah, no, Obi was pretty damn good at it. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and just the competitive aspect, because I look at the game competitively, and when it starts catering to casuals, which I understand what they gotta do for people in pubs to enjoy the game, I just didn't like some of the decisions they were making, like when Fortnite had Siphon, when you killed someone, you
Sure.
got 50 HP.
that
plus
was
max,
kind of fun.
and at the same time there was stress resolution because
Oh, yeah.
when you're in 1x1, it's hard to see anything in there, and they never added an FOV slider, so having stretch res was just as good. That was the prime. That's when I loved it. As soon as they started getting rid of Siphon, stretch res, all that stuff, it just became less and less enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
They
Neo's,
stopped at Marvel season.
So-
like literally.
well, they
done
they
that
wanted to
season.
do a bunch, right? So Neo just said, which I think probably a lot of people will agree. He said that Fortnite was in its prime from season 1 to about chapter 7 or 8. Sorry, season 7 or
agree.
8. And then
Prime.
from season 9 to chapter 2, season 4, which now it's, I guess, season 7. Season 4, it, kind of was terrible. And now it's whatever changes they're making, it's improving it drastically. I think last season was off.
I agree
was
with
not
that timeline.
yeah, I know, I agree too. But last season I wasn't a big fan. I mean, it was interesting, craft your weapons kind of thing, but like I can't tell you how many times I was just frustrated by what weapon I had in my inventory because I needed to find this or find that to make it something else. Right now, I don't mind the ground loot that I can find, and there's only a few weapons that I actually want to side grade or whatever they have in the game, so it's not that bad. But I think like when I met Ovi and I started playing with him, I mentioned it was when I switched to PC because I started talking to his brother about it. I was garbage because he got me when I was like on mouse and keyboard, never played a game mouse and keyboard before, had no idea what I was doing.
Just
transitioned and like garbage. And him and his brother, like, doing a whole bunch of stuff. We're playing creative with my buddies who are all on PS4s, controllers. I've since gotten to a place where I think Obi would be proud of me here and there, but back in the day,
I've been watching this stream
every time it's all right.
Dude, Caesar is like cracked.
Well, no, I put myself in like if I can keep my mind centered, I'm pretty good. When I can't keep my mind at the pace that I need to move at, then it's a panic building. It's doing this, doing that, and that's happened to me multiple times. What?
So what you're saying is you only get one good game a week?
No. My mind stays. You know what's crazy is last night I was like, we were playing with a lobby of a couple different people, and when you play with lower accounts, some fights are a lot easier, like it used to be before skill-based matchmaking, right? Some of your fights were really easy, and some of them were fucking near impossible, right? So when you get in those lobbies with those lower accounts, Hoy last night, who's a really good controller PC player, right? He was actually complaining because he would come to the fight that I was in, but by the time he got there, I killed him, and he just started bitching. He's like, by the time I get here, Caesar has him dead, right? Well, later in the night, it flipped, and I was dying, and he wasn't even coming to the fight because I think he thought I was gonna win, and like, so I have my waves. I have my waves where I'm like playing really well, and then I have my waves where I'm like,
that's everyone.
Yeah, no, I like watching. There's a lot of people I watch that are consistent.
Well, those are the people that get to play the game.
Sure, play it all day long and everything.
1,000 hours,
I have mixed in Warzone a little bit too to have fun. I do need to get Valorant downloaded. I had a coworker ask me to play that a while back. I know Ovi plays it. Dragon's Afro, who we had a couple weeks ago, he plays it. I do want to get into Valorant at some point, but it's going to be tough. I just
Riley plays
It's a
it too.
tactical shooter. It's a way different game.
Oh no, I've watched it enough. I've seen it. The futuristic part is what steers me away from it. Like, you know, all the add-on stuff that's happening. That's kind of what steers me away. But I got to try it out at some point.
It's a little bit of a relief, because you know I love Fortnite because of the building, but it was a relief not having to worry about that and strictly focus on your aim and
Sure.
game sense. So it's nice to have that, but
100%.
the thing is, there's so much of an emphasis on the aim and the game sense that it can become frustrating as well.
So I actually made the
No,
comment last night
I agree.
while playing Fortnite. I made the comment. There's just something relaxing. I know people hate it. Obi, you're one of them. There's something relaxing about being able to talk to people, whether it be chat or, you know, whoever you're playing with, and just be farming. It's just relaxing for me. It's stimulating to
What's
keep
the
hitting
difference in
things.
looting in Warzone?
Well, so the same thing, right? With loot. You get to a point in the game that you don't need any more loot. You never really truly get to a point that you don't need to farm.
I never stop looting in Warzone.
I mean, I open chests, but it's like I'm not really looking for anything at that point. Once you have your
Oh, I'm looking
loadout,
for everything.
you have guns. What are you looking for? Tell me when you get your
Yeah.
loadout, what the hell are you looking at in Warzone?
Precisions,
Nobody's looking for no,
UAVs.
no.
I am. I'm
okay.
crazy then.
That's fine. You're crazy. You're crazy.
Yeah, but Caesar's right. The whole farming for mats thing, very stressful. It's always something like you always want to be top.
You want to be top off. Yeah, you don't
know.
know if you're going to need it, right? But it's just something about it's stimulating. It's something about like just going around doing that. It's kind of like, I mean, it gets annoying to what you said. Well, it gets annoying to what Obi said, like just wanting to be topped off. So it's like, oh shit, I don't have enough. But like, it's something about just running around with your crew. You don't see anybody, and you're just sitting there. I don't know, beating it around a little bit. I guess I'd say.
Yeah, I mean,
Text
yeah,
got patched,
building
by
was
the way.
always my favorite. And thank goodness they optimized the game so I could maintain my frames. And they did that like a couple seasons ago, so I was happy with that. So I hop in every now and then for like creative, but that's about it. But I'm happy that I don't drop frames when I'm in the middle of a fight.
So Valorant
'Cause
doesn't have that problem at all for you?
Not for me. Valorant is very CPU based, so at least if you have a decent CPU, you're chill.
But isn't that Fortnite
but
too?
there's not the.
No, that's more Warzone. So Warzone's pretty heavy on your CPU,
I thought-
along with your
I thought
GPU.
Fortnite was very heavy on CPU.
Fortnite's more, I think it is as well. We'll ask,
Fortnite has
our
what, 3 different
expert Rob.
settings?
I only run performance mode at this time.
So
at this
so
point.
you have D11, D12, and performance mode. Which performance mode just basically takes your textures and crashes them in the ground.
I don't mind it though. I haven't mind. I play performance. It hasn't been bad. It's been fine for me. It's been enjoyable. I care more about the frames and like not feeling like I'm lagging all around like what Obi is saying, because that just gets annoying. But enough about Fortnite, because I know I'm the only one, you know, drooling over here for it.
You know
what
I
I mean?
don't
I'm
mind talking
salivating.
about
I'm
it.
salivating. Oh, look, I love playing Fortnite for a number of reasons, but I also have gotten into Warzone. I do wish I got a chance to play Rocket League more. I just don't have. I know I stream 5 hours a night, but when you talk about getting into a game and you talk about doing challenges, you don't have a lot of time. I would love to play more Rocket League. I want to try Valorant. Apex just wasn't for me, I don't think.
It's hard.
Wish I could get better at movement in Apex.
What did you say about Apex, Obi?
I said it was a hard transition. That's why like I didn't play as much Apex when Fortnite was around, because it's the whole mentality in Fortnite. It's like, I don't have cover, I'll build it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like any other battle royale, that's why like Fortnite got me stuck to it. Just like I like how stimulating it was a game of chess when it came to build battles and all that. And just like main thing with other battle royales is like you can't build, so you can't make your own cover. It's
Yeah, you
and it
can't
got,
push
like,
somebody
boring at
like that,
point.
right? You gotta.
Mhm.
You
You have to be very situationally aware about your surrounding areas.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I'm like,
just, like-
oh fuck, I thought there was a rock there. There wasn't. God damn it. Like in Warzone, it's like
Right now, there's a glitch in Warzone. If you It only happens in trios, I think. One of the three, and it's like it's kind of rare, but no one can see walls or fences. And it happened to I forget who it was. And we were
Nobody
like
can
trying
see
to
walls
guide
or
him.
fences. Oh, they can't see
Yeah,
it.
we were trying to guide him down this wall because he couldn't see it. Like he was just seeing as if nothing was there. And we were like, okay, turn left now, turn right now, because he couldn't see shit.
Yeah.
It was the best. Oh, Warzone and their glitches.
Yeah, I mean, and so what got you out of playing Warzone, Obi?
Fortnite, Valorant beta came out. That
Well,
was literally it.
What about Warzone?
I was like, Warzone? Yeah, when it was before they optimized everything.
Okay, so
It
you
was
got
just
out
like-
before it got optimized. So it was just
Yeah,
the
and
frame
it
dropping.
was really hard to stream too. It was
Yeah.
super hard to stream, but
I'm gonna
they
tell you-
fixed it. But I just haven't.
I'm going to
hopped
tell
on.
you right now, I play pretty low settings, I would say. Like my usage doesn't, disk usage or whatever in that top doesn't, it's not very high. When I start up Warzone, everything about my computer freezes during that startup screen. Everything.
Right.
My camera, the only thing I can see in my stream, and I haven't listened to my stream to see if I'm lagging my voice, but I see my voice meter going up. Like I see the bar going up consistently, so I don't know if it's working or not, but my camera completely freezes. And I'm just like, you know what? We're going to deal with it. I'm going to open Warzone and, I'm going to freeze for a second.
Right.
I'm going to try to keep my face as square as possible. No O face, no nothing somebody can meme me with,
Yeah, but like the thing about Warzone, I have dual PCs, and even loading into Warzone almost every other match, even I freeze.
Yeah.
And then it just picks back up. Obviously my camera's not affected, but my gameplay still goes, and then it goes. So like that's just Warzone. It's just so intense on your PC.
Yeah.
And it's not every time, but it happens more often than I would like it to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like faster paced games. Warzone can be fast paced, but it's not
You
as
have to play that way.
Yeah, it's 150 people.
Yeah.
There's the gulag. People can come back, and the map is huge.
Yeah.
And compared to
that's why I
Apex,
like
where there's
it.
60 people in the lobby, and you have maximum movement, which is the most satisfying thing in that game.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun. You do get third party a lot. That's a trade off, but you just gotta accept it, and you just gotta hope you can third party the third party. That's third partying.
Sure.
Yeah, the first people.
Yeah, Apex
First
definitely
goals.
gives off that vibe, like everything's so quick moving. And then Valorant, it's just because there's not many people, and it's just like it's a search and destroy essentially, right?
Yeah, plant the spike, defend the spike, or defuse the spike.
Or kill, right?
If you're defending, or kill everybody. Yes.
Yeah. Which I mean, if there's a multiplayer for Call of Duty anymore that I enjoy playing, it's definitely landed on search and destroy. I used to hate search and destroy. It used to be my least favorite game mode that my friends would play because I felt like I was just watching constantly, right? You get killed, you might get a kill, and then you die, and then you're watching. But I've gotten one better. The team has gotten better with things, so it's like search and destroy. So that's where I think I would enjoy Valorant. But I feel like that's definitely the game you got to take a squad in, right? You got to be playing with 5 other people that you know, not just randoms. Or how often do you play by yourself, Kobe?
For Valorant?
Yeah.
Do
You load in by yourself ever?
Just like a Phil?
I try. Yeah, you feel. You always feel. But I try not to. I always try to have at least one person with me while I'm playing. But if I do solo fill, it's in unrated, which is the non-ranked version, or I'll do it on my alt account. But for the most part, yeah, I'm usually with someone because I want to preserve my rank because there's too many factors with 4 different people on your team.
Do you feel like both of you, playing different games? I know Black, you pretty much always are either running with somebody that you know or solo in Warzone.
I love solo.
But the thing I've noticed about Fortnite is I've met so many other gamers and have added to my friends list in Fortnite than I think any other game. Do you guys find that to be true?
So
do you even notice that?
Today's the first time ever that I've had. I was running quads today with Riley and all them, and then a group come into my chat and was like, "Hey, we just killed you guys.
Okay.
You know, because they were camping tower. That's my first time ever that's happened to me. And they were actually pretty nice. You know, they were like, hey, you know, you guys did real good job. You know, I'm like, yeah, we did the best we could camping 4 people, you know? But like, I don't know. It was a lot of fun. I think that was the first time I've ever actually met someone like in a game. You know, I've met a couple people when I was playing Fortnite. It happened way more.
It's most of my, okay, that's what I was going to say. It's most of my community, right?
Yeah.
Most of my community
It
is
happened
because
way more in Fortnite.
I've met people when playing Fortnite and they come over or whatever. Or they want to, you know, they come and then they say, can I play? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
I don't know.
It happened the other night when I was up till 5 a.m.
Guy.
I had a moment the other day. I had 4th of July get together. I had a slip and slide set up, did flip and sip.
Ooh, Caesar's belly getting slippery.
And then you know, went to put my son down, came back out, and everybody was gone. They ghosted. They used it as an opportunity. They know I'm a peer pressure. I'm like the hardest person to say no to. You know, maybe not Marty saying something to Black. Black might say yes to Marty for everything he asks, but
definitely.
Yeah.
Rig to give away. Rig to give
away. Yeah. He's like
for you, Marty.
For you, Marty. Hey,
that
everybody.
jaw will get you whatever you want. That thing sharp as a fucking edge, bro.
Hey, so the other night, right? It's like by the time I got cleaned up all the stuff from the yard and I come in and I come downstairs, it's 11 p.m. and I'm still gonna stream. I've obviously had some drinks. I'm feeling it. That's my punch from the get together. So
This is great.
I started playing. I played at 11 p.m. my time, and it got to about 3:30, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to get up and help my wife with my son anyway, like because I'm not gonna be awake. I had a day off on Monday. I'm just gonna stay up. I'm full all nighter. At 5, I'll go up. So I stayed up till 5, and throughout that night, I had people come over from Twitch. Can I play with you? Just random people that want to play Fortnite, and decent people had some good times. I just don't see that when I play other games. Like I don't see a lot of times where I meet people. But it could be the sense that those other games really value your teamwork, right? So when you play Valorant, you need to be playing with somebody you know because you need to have the right comms and know what you're talking about. When you're playing Warzone, you have to have the right thing. But Fortnite is kind of like
chemistry and a vibe.
Yeah.
It's like 30% vibe.
Yeah.
I think that's why I stick with Riley and like Ranger and you know that group I stick with pretty often. Because man, there's just times you don't even have to talk. You just know what the other's doing. And that's important in any type of game, especially when it comes to strategy.
Yeah, because
you know, like Caesar
self-destruct in a game.
Oh yeah.
So in Valorant, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. Everyone starts yelling at each other, and then morale goes down.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah. And that's why, like, when someone plays with Caesar, like, you know you're gonna get temper, but you know you're gonna get revived. Like, it's what he does. Like, that's what he's good at. Because you know if you're going down, that man's gonna do what he does to get you shit and get out.
Yeah.
Like I don't care what people can say whatever they want about Caesar, but that man's going to do everything he can to make sure you come back in this fucking game.
So over the last couple of days, I've watched a couple people on my team, and I bit my tongue. Except with Ari, I didn't bite my tongue with Ari, but I bit my tongue. When I'm playing pubs, I want to win, but it is not mandatory to win. I want my team to be able to play. So if there is an opportunity, even if it is a slim chance, I'm going to try to get their card. I'm going to try to reboot them, whatever it takes, right? Because it's pubs. It's like you're not... Now, if you're playing arena, completely different story, right? You're playing competitive. Now you're playing for a win. Don't, take your risk versus reward, right? Revive somebody versus not.
Yeah, you got to do that risk assessment.
And I do the same thing in Warzone. When I play Warzone, it's like, it's really hard to get a win in Warzone. But I'm going to tell you right now, the confidence I have in myself solo squatting in Warzone versus like going and trying to get a reboot, like a revive off, I'm going to go for the revive as much as possible because it makes more sense. But I do watch a lot of people that I play with on the daily and I want to give them shit, but I don't because I'm like, look, it's just how they're going to play. But I wish they would fucking just put your head down and go for this, right? Put your head down, go for that. Stop worrying about winning because it's just a pub game. Anywho, biting his tongue 24/7. What did
If I leaned back
Wait, hold
like
on.
this, man, I would look like a fat marshmallow.
Yeah, Ovi, what did you say? Did you say you agree
I
or
have a different
disagree?
mentality with that. I would say I agree with that, yes, but I feel like, well, for me personally, I enjoy winning more than just casually. Of course, I have fun in winning, and when you're playing to win, I'm always looking out for other people and myself.
Sure.
Where like if you die early, it's like you're just watching everyone else.
Yeah.
So if you statistically play like smart, we're all gonna have a better time. So that's why I'm like, whenever someone is doing any dumb shit,
Sure.
it's just ruining everyone else's fun, and the ultimate goal is winning. So
Sure.
that's how I look at it. I'm of course not super serious, but it's still nice to get a win every now and then.
Oh yeah. So I actually captured some good videos that I want to use as like an intro trailer to my channel at some point, right? Most of the time when I get somebody revived, the team goes on to get a win, right? And a
Yeah,
couple of the videos I capture, like it's like that ends up happening too. It's just a matter of could I have won it by myself? Probably, maybe, who knows. But, like you said, you don't want to make somebody sit there and watch. I mean, remember Fortnite in the beginning? You died in the beginning, people built up
Yeah,
and fell off, right? You didn't keep going.
Yep.
You built
Yep.
up and you fell off. Now that there's a reboot, all of a sudden it's like, well, I didn't get your card, but I'm going to keep playing this game out. What do you mean? Like you used to build up and jump off. Like that was the answer every single
Yeah.
time.
Everyone's like reset.
If I die off
Yeah,
smart.
'cause
Now, you might stick around if it was like 3 of your 4 people, right? Maybe. But if it's and that fourth person was doing some dumb shit like you said, right? Like they decided to
Right.
do something stupid. But what are you blabbing about, Black?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
No, like when he leaned back in his chair, like his chair looked unproportionally large. And I asked my
Oh, yeah.
chat, and they were like, "No, you're just fat."
It's 'cause I wasn't leaning on it. I
Dude,
was leaning
like-
on like this way.
I can't even.
No, I'm all the way off to the side. So if I'm in the center, then I'm like this.
My back would be killing me
big-
if I'm doing anything of what you guys are doing right now. Killing me.
Oh, I'm back.
Hey,
probably.
I
hey,
have
what-
the Titan 2, and I love it.
What
Titan 2.
what
What just
Funko,
happened?
what Funkos do you have? Is what I was saying. I can't see them from here. What ones do you have? What theme have you gone with?
Let's see. Well, it's not really a theme. I
Okay.
don't plan on getting in more actually, but what if I could zoom on to it? So you got the Colossal Titan from. Give me it. So that's the Colossal Titan from Attack on Titan, of course, and then you have Jasmine and Aladdin because my
Okay.
wife's name is Jasmine, and I'm Aladdin.
And you're
And then you
Aladdin.
have Kate 6 from Destiny 2, and then you got Perfect Cell. Yeah, that was a gift, and the Cage 6 is the one I got my wife.
Nice.
But that's about it.
What are you saying, Black? You're muted.
I only have one.
Yeah, your giant loot llama.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
It's giant.
Is
loot
it
llama.
heavy?
Giant loot llama. That's like the big one, right? That's
Mint
the big
condition.
one. Oh, mine are
10-inch.
out, people. Mine are out of the box. Toys are meant to be
Fuck
played with.
that. Oh, whatever.
It's just
You-
easier to stack.
Have you ever watched Toy
Until I
Story?
get a
It
stealth
is.
mode,
It
you're
is.
gonna-
You're right. It is a lot easier to stack.
It is easier to
none
stack
of us,
boxes.
Not all of us
Okay.
have floating shelves.
That was a gift from my wife. Okay, these are all
Whatever you
gifts. The
say.
sign is a gift from my wife. Like, look,
Not all of us are rich enough to have like a massive fucking room, bro.
no, my room's not massive, and second, I'm not rich. My wife buys functional gifts, right? So the box was a functional gift. She bought me the Valentine's Day one for Valentine's Day. I'll probably slowly keep adding them, here and there. But, Black, you got a question? You got any questions? Ring a bell yet?
What got you into streaming? Like, was it Buddy, or was you like, hey, you know what? I just want to stream. You're like, I'm playing. I might as well.
Okay, so it's gonna sound a little narcissistic on my side. I'm like, I have a pretty
No,
good
I don't
personality
care.
for streaming.
He's like, I look like a
I'm
god.
like better than most of these guys.
He is a Greek god. Don't judge
And then,
him.
and then I saw Ninja, and it was right at the time. It was I was on my second deployment. Was it? It was 2018. I was deployed from like the beginning of the year. Yeah, January through May, and that's when Ninja started getting real big. I'm like, oh, this is something I gotta get into. So as soon as I got back, I got a PC and I started streaming, playing Fortnite, and we were playing Fortnite while we were deployed on like 250 ping,
Oh my
and
god.
I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be great weight training, like Goku with his weighted vest,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
weighted clothing. I'm like, this is gonna be
Yeah.
great weight training. So when I get back stateside, I'm just gonna wreck everybody.
Nice. Were you
And
were you playing on a
it didn't
PC
really
when you were
translate.
deployed to, or a console?
That's when I started switching. So I initially played on the console, but the Wi-Fi network that they had specifically blocked PS4 and Xbox Live. Like they could specifically see like what service and they could block
Yep.
it, but they
I
didn't
used to
block
do
it
that
for
to
the
a roommate.
PC. There you go. And
I did.
I had my little laptop, and I was able to load up Fortnite on there, and that's when I started playing while I was over in Africa. So that's when I really started like doing PC gaming, because before I would play on my laptop, but I always had a controller plugged in. So that was my first keyboard and mouse game.
Nice.
Nice.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, Ninja, he make lots of money. Fortnite, I'm like, I'm entertaining. I'm a pretty cool guy, so I'm like, I can go in this direction. Of course,
Nice.
I took a poor approach and didn't create content or anything like that because there wasn't really the advice to grow on streaming, and I thought Twitch would be a lot more discoverable, but we know that it isn't.
Well, so we've
Algorithm
talked.
sucks.
I'll ask you this question because we've talked about it recently. I'd love to get your opinion on it. My opinion of Twitch, and I told this to Black, your viewers on Twitch, not all of them, but a majority of them are also on Twitch for the same reason, right? They're gaming, they're streaming, right? They're doing the same thing.
We just talked about
we
this.
talked about it literally
Okay.
like last week or the week before, right?
Refresher.
I want to get his opinion, right? Those other platforms,
Yeah.
like Black moved over to Facebook, what he's seeing now is a lot more people. Like there's some that play games and there's some that stream, but there's a lot of people who are just looking to be entertained, not so much trying to do the same thing. But even
Did I tell you the good news?
no,
I just broke 1.6 million people reached
wow,
on Facebook.
Nice.
1.6 million people in 28 days.
Hey,
What the fudge?
that's nice.
That was crazy.
I have no idea what the numbers are, so I don't know. If you
On
asked me how
Twitch,
many,
I hit
yeah,
80K in 3 years.
well, I'm saying if you asked me how many people were in the world, I don't know that stat, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like
I don't know.
Like what's 1.6 million? You know, what I mean, I just know the girl shaking her butt over on TikTok has way more than 1.6 million. So,
And I'm gonna stitch it.
yeah.
No, I'm gonna stitch it. First 2 seconds, baby.
So what's your
I'm trying
opinion
to
on
get
that,
him
Obi?
hooked.
Like you're on Twitch. Do you see yourself always staying on Twitch and then just using other platforms to kind of grow? Or what's your thoughts?
Because I already built my community over here, and I feel like it's a lot more accessible for people to be on Twitch. And I don't really see myself moving. I don't see myself moving to Facebook because I don't really have a community based out there. I don't see myself going to Facebook because I just don't want to go to Facebook.
No, everyone's got that opinion.
It wouldn't really benefit me. Like me moving to a different platform is not going to benefit. Like my viewers are my viewers. They're gonna watch me.
Yeah, they might
where
come
I'm
over to
at.
Facebook, right? They might come watch you on Facebook, but you don't know because you don't know if they're there. Just because Twitch is easier for them, right?
I shake
Yeah.
my head no because man, I averaged a lot more than what I average on Facebook over on Twitch. And I was full time over on Twitch too. And when I moved to Facebook, my viewer count was, and then I put in that
But
work.
it's the growth.
and
It's the
now
growth
now
that Obi's
back
talking
to
about.
that.
Yeah, you have to
I'm
build your
not even
community.
gonna deny that.
Yeah.
Deny
Yeah,
what?
I'm not gonna deny that. Moving from Twitch to Facebook could. I
Or
mean, like
even-
you saw
even
what happened to
YouTube.
Mixer, or even
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah, it's gonna like if your base community is on Twitch, it's gonna be a lot harder for people to go anywhere.
It really
else.
is.
Like look at Ninja. Like
Oh,
when
it's
he
that
went
Twitch
over to
culture,
Mixer.
man.
Yeah, it's all about the culture, and people are comfortable with what they got. No one wants to, especially the discoverability
So it's like,
and
but it's
user
like
interface.
it's like you said, though. It is like you said. I mean, if you can get to where you need to be on Twitch, Twitch is fine, but it's the discoverability. So you have to use other outlets to get that discover. So I have a lot of people, and they probably say it to you guys too, or have in the past or whatever. Like I have people come over who like hype me up more than I hype myself up, right? It's like, wow, how do you not have more people, right? Like this is a good channel, and then I get people that stick around. If I answer them, my real answer is I just don't try to get more people, right? Maybe that's my answer. You know, maybe it's they're just saying that and they're just hyping it up, but like it's to your point, like I'm not producing any content other than when I'm live for the most part. And I'm okay with that because this is a part-time fun hobby, right? But if you're trying to make it a real-time thing and you want to make it a real-time thing, I think, and Black, I think we've talked about this. You have to produce content outside of your live. Like you have to. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Like you have to put something out there that people then want to YouTube videos, right? You have to put content out if you want that to happen because people aren't going to find you through Twitch.
And even if you do get rated, like I got rated by Hiko, a big Valorant player, for like 10,000 viewers.
Holy
didn't
fuck.
really do it didn't really do too much. By the way, like if you get rated for a big amount, usually a fraction of them stay. So I got rated for 10,000, 1,000 of them stayed, and within the next like 3 hours, 300 actually stayed. But a majority of those are lurkers.
They're lurkers. They're lurkers. Yeah.
Yeah. So that might give you a boost of like 5, 10 viewers for like the next month maybe, but that's all you're gonna get unless they're.
What did you do when you got that raid? What did you do? Because it's I personally think that's like what you said about TikTok, except instead of 3 seconds you have about 2 minutes, maybe 60 seconds to make X number of that 10,000 stay, right? So what happened when that raid came through? Did you know it? Did you expect it to come through, or did it just happen?
I did not. I just saw my numbers fluctuate, and then all the follows and follow all that. I reacted more calmly than most people because I was like, oh, cool, a raid. But I'm like, oh my goodness, it's Hiko, and I'm just like, and you can't really do too much after that.
Keep it cool.
Unfortunately, I was still in a competitive Valorant match.
Sure. That's tough.
So I couldn't like completely separate myself, which sucks. But I was still talking to chat and everything and introducing myself. But what are you really gonna do afterwards? After you introduce yourself and yada yada yada? I only really see the people who unfortunately have some sort of like sob story, really stay and do like have like a big impact from that raid. Other than that, it's just like another person on Twitch. He might like if he has good content, then it's like, oh, you might get a fraction of those people, but it's not really gonna benefit you that much because I'm not doing anything too different. I might have a puppy cam and everyone's like, oh, a puppy cam, but it's like I'm just a dude on Twitch playing video games and reading chat.
You're not in a hot tub, bro?
So wait. Before we go down that fucking rabbit hole.
We talked about it. I popped when I popped into his stream. We talked about his ASMR. He actually changed his title to ASMR when he was kind of lounging and chilling out and vibing out, and he went real deep voice on us. And
all right, so here's the thing about raids, you know, and people, you know, when I was on Twitch, people would be like, raid me, and it's like, it just doesn't matter if I raid you. It really doesn't. You can raid someone with 1 million people, but if they're staying for you, not me. And if they don't, that's not my fault. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, you can get raided with them tons of people, but if they're not staying, that's no one's fault. Like you're just not vibing with them, and that's perfectly fine. But if they're staying, your content's worthy of them. You know what I mean? I'm not, maybe not worthy. Maybe that was the wrong choice of word. But like, if they're staying, it's not because of me, it's because of you. So like getting rated by like someone with, you know, bigger numbers it's awesome. It's hype. It's there. And it really shows like your enthusiasm during that moment. But like at the same time, that really shows like what your content is worth to other people if them people stay. You know what I mean? That's really hard to explain.
Yeah, I raid every night, right?
Well, I mean, everyone should.
So I raid every night. Usually somebody that I vibe out with, right? And it hasn't been the same person very frequently because luckily I vibed out with enough people who are normally live, right? I like having
Yeah.
a selection to choose from. I hype it up for people. I don't know how long people stick around, but I always tell everybody from my chat, which isn't that many people, but when they're there, I am okay if you found somebody else. Like if I led you, like I don't know if I don't feel the same way about my wife, right? But if I walked my wife up and introduced her to a buddy, and you
I
know
know where this
what?
is going.
You know what? She likes him more, you know?
You deserve the best.
You
honey.
know, you're happy. You know, I'm
I'm
happy.
here for you.
I don't actually feel the same way about my wife. Obviously, I don't feel that way. I would kill myself for doing that. But when it comes to Twitch, that's not what this is for me, right? Like, I am somebody's entertainment. So if there's some other TV show that you're going to get into more, some other video game you're going to get into more, some other person, why not give them that opportunity
We
to see
popping
it,
pills
right?
in this podcast. I'm not muted.
Yeah. What did you say? What did you say?
I said we're popping pills on this podcast.
Yeah, right.
Because I was taking some anti-inflammatory stuff. I jammed
I'm
my
just
finger.
saying,
Jammed your finger.
I got you beat on pills,
Yeah,
bro.
right. Yeah.
I take 12 pills twice a day.
Well, this man. So that's the thing. Yeah, we can talk about that for a brief second. I mean, it's a little outside of Ovi, but Black is 1 year tomorrow. 1 year.
The day.
Yeah,
to the day.
today. 1 year
Yep.
removed from his
Ooh.
brain surgery, and it's been a uphill battle since. Right. It's definitely every day is a new challenge.
Yeah, last month was one of my
The beginning of the month. The beginning of the month, though. You
Yeah,
kind of
la-
leveled
last
out,
month.
right? Yeah, it was the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
Definitely can't imagine that, right? But that's
That's crazy.
yeah, it's
I don't know, and I made a post about it on Facebook. Like, you know, I said on Facebook, I was like, man, you know, last night it was a big moment for me and my wife. Like, we stayed up for it. You know what I mean? Like, last night was huge for me. You know, like that was the day my life changed. That's the day that I stopped going to my, you know, 3:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. at night job.
yeah, that's huge. Yeah,
Like, you know, like that was the day that everything changed and we didn't even know it. Like, you know, knowing what I know now, if I would have not known that beforehand, I would have been like, let's do this surgery right the fuck now because I'm ready to start my life. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people look in, and I said this on that post too. A lot of people look in, they see something, and they're like, "Oh man, that's so terrible." And I'm like, "No, the fuck it ain't. I'm living the best life I can live right now, man." Like,
yeah. They're looking at it
I
from
love it.
but they're looking at it from the perspective of
like the continuous seizures.
no. It's just like one of those things. Like nobody gets to choose, right? Nobody gets to
No.
choose. I mean, I shouldn't say nobody. Most don't get to choose like what life has in store for them, right?
Yeah.
Like some, I say most because yeah, some make some poor decisions and then you know something bad happens to them or whatnot. But
Yeah.
most don't get to choose like what's going to happen. I think about this. So this is going to get a little
Go for it.
deep, I would say.
This is
as
rare.
deep as I
Deeper
can
the
get.
better.
I'm pretty surface level, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
So over my life, I've had a number of different like just thoughts, right? It's like you don't know, right? Like you're
Yeah.
born and this is your life you're in, and then there's another person born and they're in this life. But like you know, your soul, right? OverSoul's community is called the is it Soul Society? Soul Society.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So like your soul just you're in, you know, this is you, right? And whatever beliefs you have of like, you know, your soul going and how many lives you have kind of thing, whatever people want to believe or not believe. But like my whole thought is what put your mind in this life, right? What put you in that lifestyle, right? Your parents, your ethnicity, your wealth, right? Like
It's a
what
miracle.
put you where you're at, and every single person is different, right? And every single person doesn't get to choose. Like you don't get to like a week into your life get to look and be like, you know what, I want to trade in for that, you know, the same way you trade in a car. Like you don't get that
Punch my card now.
you don't get that opportunity. And that's been like a huge thing. And like, I get what you're saying. Like for you, Black, you're saying like you wouldn't have got to experience this value
Never.
of your life if you didn't have this experience, right? No matter how negative it can be at times, or troublesome or struggling. But everybody else is looking at like, I don't have to go through that, right? But you're like, well, you also don't get to experience
Yeah.
what value is out of it. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know where.
But I don't know. You know, you might.
I'm not really going anywhere with that. I'm just kind of like, what? How do people open up their mind to that value without having to go through that hardship?
Perspective.
That's a good question.
Yeah, like how do you
it's like
change your
Put
perspective?
yourself in someone else's shoes.
Right, but how do you do that? Because it really never actually happens, right?
I don't know.
I mean, that's up to the person's imagination, honestly. Because
And
like
how they interpret it. Yeah, I can get that.
yeah. Because they could like some people could like see everything as a perfect scenario. It's like, oh, I would have caught this disease at this time, or went to doctor and got figured it out. But like I always say, hindsight's 20/20 when it comes to anything like that. But just in general, they just gotta figure out how people live their life in like just different shoes, because there's so many factors.
So Black,
Oh, it's so true.
we know today is like your brain surgery and things, something you went through that really opened your eyes. Marty, do you have anything that like, you're 26, I'm turning 31 in like 5 days. Black just is turned 29 later this month.
Like 19 days.
Right. So
16.
even at 26, and we've had somebody on as young as 13, right?
Yep.
Even at 26, is there something that gave you that perspective? Because it sounds like the way you just said that, it sounds like, you have some of that, right? Some of that perspective. Is there a moment in your life that you're willing to talk about that kind of is like eye-opening? That might be eye-opening for somebody else.
Like change your perspective.
I got a couple. It's a lot of his near-death experiences, and I'm pretty sure most people who had that can relate. The one that stands out the most, I was 16, or I was a junior in high school, and I got ran over by a car.
Oh.
I was on a bike. I was biking through. This one woman was trying to make a right turn on red, and she didn't see me. She didn't see me coming on the right side. She was just looking at the left, waiting for traffic to clear. And as soon as traffic cleared, she just stepped on the brake and made that right. But I was there, and she didn't do a double take before she did that. So I got hit, got knocked off my bike, and she was going so fast that when I hit the floor and rolled, I was still within her path, and she ran directly over both my femurs. Nothing happened. I had some like a bruised femur on my right, probably because of how fast she was going. But just thinking if the wheels were a foot lower, a foot higher, like a foot lower,
Your ankles,
both my ankle, my fibia, tibia.
Yeah.
Like imagine breaking those and trying to rebuild that. If it went up, it would have been my whole entire hip. Imagine trying to do a whole reconstruction of a hip or just getting a replacement.
Sure.
But luckily, nothing happened other than some very bad lacerations around that area. And that's one thing I really think, like if it was just a couple more feet, couple more inches this way, like I wouldn't be able to walk or just have major complications.
Sure.
So yeah, that one's a big one. So it's definitely one of those, like, count your blessings, count your whatever you may call it, but make sure you appreciate your life, because it's like the only one that you're guaranteed right now.
Yeah.
Whatever you believe in right now is the only thing that's guaranteed. That's how I look at it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because it's like you kind of wish that hits home, right? Yeah, I kind of wish you didn't have to go through that to realize it, right? Because it's like one of those things. I don't know if you guys have ever had the conversation with someone, right? You lose a game, you go through a breakup. Somebody has already gone through those life experiences, and they tell you, here's my advice, right? And anytime somebody does that to you, do you listen? No, right? Majority of the time, you'll take it with a grain of salt. You're still going to feel the way you feel. Devastation, heartbreak, whatever it may be. I know I have. I just, okay, whatever, right? How do you convince somebody that matters, right? How do you convince somebody that's, I just don't know how you do it. I wish you
I
could.
see
I wish you could.
exactly what you're saying. Because, man, I try to explain this to my wife all the time. Because my wife is such, like, a narrow-minded thinker, and she knows it. Like, she admits it. Like, she's thinking in the now way too much. Like, she just lets such little things ruin her day.
Yep,
And she
same
admits it,
here.
man. She admits it. Like, she knows it.
Mhm.
And, you know, right now, I used to be that way. And then now, like, man, I just in one ear and out the other. Like, if it doesn't affect me directly, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
it's,
my
I
my
just, I
wife
don't
is the
know.
same way. She knows exactly what's going on, but she's like, she
Yeah.
just can't help it. And
And
you can't tell her just to stop thinking.
no,
Like, everyone's
Yeah.
wired.
that's bad business.
Yeah.
Um, that's one thing I realized. Like I said, I had a pretty narcissistic way of thinking. Like, why can't everyone be like me? I'm normal.
Sure.
I don't have depression, anxiety, or whatever. Because I'm like, I would say like I'm not a fucking pussy about it. But it's just like some people are just literally wired different. There's
So
they
what's
just think there's
interesting,
different chemicals in their brain. There's so
yeah.
many factors.
I mean, I hear
And it
you
took me a
say it.
while to figure that out.
I hear you say it, right? I don't know when I started feeling anxiety, but I do get anxiety for different things.
Yeah.
Like where annoying anxiety, right? It's like I know I shouldn't be anxious. I know I shouldn't be experiencing this,
Like
but I'm
you can't
experiencing
control
it.
it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And the
It's real.
depression piece of it, it's tough, right? It's one of those things that like it's definitely something you wish you could just cure with someone, right?
All the time. You know,
Yeah.
there's these moments where, you know, like I know I should be streaming. You know, it's like 2 a.m. and I know I'm gonna be up for like 3, 4, or 5 hours, and I'm like, you should just go live. And then there's just something that stops me. What's up, buddy? You going to bed?
There's one of them.
Aw.
One of the
Huh?
little guys. He's got
You
that haircut.
tired?
That haircut's coming in nicely.
It
You didn't mess it up too
peed
much.
me off, bro.
You didn't mess it up too much.
My mom messed up his haircut so bad.
No, you messed up his haircut.
No, we took him and had it fixed.
Okay.
And then my mom shaved it all one length. He had a fade
Wow.
like mine.
Little buzz.
You want to say hi to Caesar?
Hi.
You ready to go back out there with mom?
That's
He's like,
probably
"I
gonna be
guess
one of
so."
my favorite things to look forward to as a child, especially with a boy, is cutting their
buddy.
hair on a regular
Love you.
basis.
Oh yeah. See, my
'Cause
son's growing his out like mine right now, Marty. I mean, serious. We haven't had it cut. We haven't had. I got my hair cut like a week or two before we had him, and neither one of us has got a haircut since he was born. 16,
wow.
17 months ago. Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be my favorite part because like my mom cut my hair all through my childhood, and I
Sure.
was rocking the Asian bowl haircut. But me like knowing how to cut hair now, well, I'll make my son look fresh,
Yeah. Fresh
give
it
him a
up.
crispy fade every week, every other week, whatever. Because it's gonna be like I'm the dad. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah. You're
I
like,
don't have to go to a barbershop or anything. It's like I got all the tools.
there you go.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And my scissor work is good enough where I can like
Give him some
do
length
girls'
if needed
hair.
to. Give him some
and then
length if you need
trim
to.
some lengths, even it out, layer it.
Nice.
I should probably get my certification.
Do you cut your own?
Just
Do you cut your own?
Me, when I cut it, but I would say I'll cut it myself every 2 weeks, and I'll do that for about like 2 months, and then I'll have it get done because it's kind of hard to. What I want to do is keep the top as long as possible and the sides as short as possible. And at a certain point, I can't blend that all in by myself because it looks weird after a certain point. But for the majority, I try to cut it myself. It just saves me like the drive, like the 20 minutes to get there, the 40 minutes to get it cut. That's an hour to 20 minutes to get back, and then the $30 because I always generously tip.
$30 is
'Cause the
cheap
whole
for me.
stereotype-
I go more than that. Like,
Well, where do you go? Yeah, usually the places.
nah, I
like,
go to a
it's like
razor
20,
bar. It's like
23 bucks.
a male salon. Like they have it tailored towards guys. They got the beer if you want it.
Oh yeah, I
It
had
ends
one
up
of
being,
those.
I
It's
think, like
awesome.
$40 for a half-hour haircut, $15 for your beard trim, $30 for the full beard experience.
Yeah, I
Um,
just gotta get that haircut, and that's usually like what, $23, and then I just add 7 for the tip.
Mine's like 40, and I normally throw 10 down, and it's like a $50 haircut. It's crazy, but I obviously I save some money every couple months, letting
There
it
you
go, and then I
I,
don't
wi-
get
I
worried
wish I
about
could
it.
grow my hair out like that. I wish I could grow my hair out like that. I have
Why
very
can't you?
thick wavy hair. I have very thick wavy hair, and then when it gets to a certain point, it gets super itchy on my scalp, and it's just a lot to maintain.
So mine's wavy, not thick, but also not thin. My scalp gets beat up though. With my hair like this, my scalp does dry out. I have to, shampoo and everything like crazy, but I don't know. I'm doing it again. I had an appointment
Sorry.
scheduled 2 weeks ago, but I think with
Talking
this,
about growing out hair.
yeah, with this new kid on the way, my wife is talking about maternity pictures, and I figured if my son's gonna have his hair long, maybe I keep it long with him, and then I'll end up getting it
Keep it
cut
uniform.
after. Yeah, I got a wedding
My
I'm
wife
in
don't
later
take
this year.
maternity photos. I do with this gut.
Oh my god. I
There you
get
go.
it.
You can be the model.
I'm in a wedding later this year that I'm gonna cut my hair for. We'll do it then. I had a goal of 1,000 followers on Twitch, and then I would cut it, but that's gonna be a while. It'll be a while.
Make it happen, chat. Make it chat.
No,
I'm
no.
just saying.
What? What, Black?
We
What?
can change that in a matter of like days.
But
if
you
you
know
wanna
me.
go,
You know
of
me.
course,
You know me.
I will your
You-
world up
you
to make
know
you
m-
shave that hair.
You know me. Yeah. Rob, wrong chat, Rob. This is not me. See? Ha. Ha. This is not my channel, Rob. Rob's probably already following my other one. This is not the channel I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers, but Rob is the 69th follower.
That is a title.
Yeah. My thing is I just want the organic growth. I don't want it through some gimmick. I don't want it through, you know what I mean? Like I want it to be
Oh, yeah,
real.
100%.
I want it to like every follow to matter. And that way I know they'll be back at some point, whether it's today, tomorrow, or 2 years from now. They'll be back to say, "Hey, you remember me?" And I can say, "Yeah." Right?
Oh yeah, Rob does follow your other channel.
I was
already.
going to say I thought
From
he
the
was.
raids.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Rob's
Talking
been
about
around in your
let's,
channel for a while, man.
He was here during the OG Fortnite days.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Rob is a great mod.
Yeah. It's hard
And
to
let's
come
see-
by them, you know?
So we're talking about followers on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
I value average viewership more than followers. Like a lot of people's like, how do I get more followers on Twitch? I'm like,
Nah,
they come if they
followers don't
come,
matter.
but I'm like, it literally doesn't matter. Like I have
Yeah, nobody
like,
should care about followers in Twitch.
Mm.
My follower count is because that is where that is my highest number of followers on any social media, right? Because I told
Right.
you I don't produce anywhere else, right? Like that's where I produce
Mhm.
is live Twitch. And I just want that code. I just want that code over on Epic. I've been playing the game for so long. I just want that Epic code. You got to have 1,000 followers somewhere.
Right.
So that's
That-
the goal. But
that
yes,
was
I
the
agree with
goal,
you.
yeah.
The viewers are all that matter. Subs, I guess, technically are what really matter, but viewership, average viewership is what matters.
Yeah, especially in the beginning. That is all that I care. Well, that and chat activity, because sometimes I'll be I'm like you could average 20, 30 viewers, but if
I like lurkers.
there's only like
They're my
two,
friends.
lurkers are the backbone of Twitch. But I like the chat activity and the average
nice.
viewership. That's probably
Yeah,
what I
okay,
like.
so like chat activity, like this man just said, is very, very important, especially when it comes to new viewership. Because if someone's just browsing, they see you set at 20 viewers and no one's talking for like 10, 5, 50, whatever minutes,
Does that bother them
that
though?
person's leaving.
So let me
I would
hold on.
I would almost bet money.
Well,
Because-
so you might be the majority, right? I'm not going to say you're not the majority, but let me just give a quick blurb on why
Oh, go,
I
go.
personally disagree.
That's fine.
I don't like, and the reason why
You're
I
allowed
don't
to be wrong.
I don't like opinions aren't wrong.
I know.
Opinions aren't wrong. They could be whatever. So the reason why I don't stick around long in a big 60,000 viewer stream, right? That chat makes no sense. None.
Oh yeah.
It's moving way too fast. It's garbage. There's nothing in it, right? And there's a reason why, your big streamers only read the donations. They're not keeping up with the chat. They're not, able to see it. It's probably emotes most of the time. It's like, randomness. I'm not going to say I like nobody chatting, but if nobody's chatting for a little bit of time, as long as the streamer is still talking, I don't want to go into a stream and the person's just like silent. That's why you have to get good at having a conversation with yourself, right? That way chat can come in and comment on what you're saying, right? I've had that happen a number of times. There's like 15 people in my chat or whatever, and nobody's talking, and then I mention something like a cereal or some random shit, and now everybody wants to get on my case about it, right? They want to call me out on it. I think that's okay. I agree. I'm probably in the minority of people who go into a channel. You probably want to see some chat activity, but what do you guys think about that?
I feel yeah. If there's too much, that's what I used to be. I'm like, why do people have sub only mode on? And I was like, at a certain point, like when you can't read your own chat, like that totally makes sense. Just like to restrict the amount of chat you can see, so you can somewhat interact, especially when you're that big. Having that sub only chat really helps.
Ooh,
which sucks.
Budster just made a good argument on Caesar's side. It's because we're interested in the conversation and just listening. And I'm assuming he means not necessarily just lurking. The fact that they're still watching, they're actually paying attention, they're just engaged. I would guess mentally instead of typing and engaging in the conversation. They're just taking it in. And I can see that. Like right now, I don't have a lot of chatters, but I know people are listening.
How many people do you think? How many people do you think in ratio, percentage wise, of a chat? Right, you're watching a streamer, whether it's the 60,000 watching Tim the Tap Man or the 16 watching Black or whatever. Right? What percentage of people do you think are intently watching to the point that meaning they're not doing anything else?
So just watching, not chatting, not nothing.
You're not their background music. You're not their TV while they're folding laundry or working out or
they're
whatever.
Just watching to watch like a Netflix show.
They're watching like a Netflix show.
20-30%.
I was about to say the same thing. I would say it's on.
I'd say 50% are the lurkers that just have it in the background.
It's the big. I would say, for a big streamer, I would say, the 50% is probably the lurkers. You have that 20-30% that's actually engaged just watching, and then you have that other that make up the chat. I would agree with that 100%, man.
I think I'm like lower. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking the active people. So when I say active, I mean active. I'm not saying they're in chat or out of chat, right? Like you could be lurking and like music in the background and then hear something you want to respond to and then chat. I'm talking about the people who are like, that's what they're doing with their day. It's the same as cutting the grass. You're not going to get on the tractor and then be on your phone running into the tree, right? Like you are paying attention to what is going on. I think that number's even lower, 10 to 15% in my opinion, of people who are only doing that.
Chatters,
sweet.
I would agree. So, well, at least for my demographic. Yeah, so 10, 15, we'll just say 10, 20% are the actual chatters. And let's see, then we'll have the 50, 60% lurkers, and what should we call the middle?
So those are the people that come and go.
Watching, but not typing.
I would say those are the people who come and go. Like I'm referring to the people, like the number of people who are there intently watching, like you don't want to miss what's going to happen, is the 10 to 15% in my opinion, even for those 60,000 people, right? Then you have the lurkers who are just, they have a tab open for you. They have a tab open. No, that's not even a lurker. That's your tabbed people. That's that big of a number in my opinion. Then you have that other X%, 25, 30%, whatever it may be, who are in and out, meaning they'll watch you for like 2 minutes or a game and then they leave and then they come back and then, but they're still, maybe they're still tabbing you, right? But they're not actively watching. Maybe they're, it's a commercial and they're watching TV, but it's a commercial and they're watching and they might make a comment here and there. I really, I don't know, man. I think you made it. Here's my opinion. I think you've made it when you've become so capturing that nobody wants to miss a minute. That's when I think you've made it.
That's a good one.
Because
I like that.
those are the people who are there and are willing, to give you their money because they're like, you are my entertainment. You are everything. Like I am paying for my Muso subscription, right? Nobody's paying for Apple Music to never use it and just have it downloaded on their phone, right?
I do.
Well, you had brain surgery a year ago.
Sometimes I don't use Netflix for months.
Sure, but that's just more of like a I forget I have it kind of thing, right? But I mean, it's getting
Ahoy.
Yeah.
Wants you to know he's buttering his biscuit. I'm just saying.
Are you getting ready to play, Hoy? We'll play after
I got you, Hoy.
The stream's going in and out maybe again today. I don't know.
It's all good now. It's all good now.
It just keeps refreshing, I think, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, all I have to do is refresh it.
My recording will be there.
Okay, so I think we can agree on this. We'll just say 80%, and we'll group that with lurkers that might not even be watching. They could just have it on, and like people who have it for background music, or just background, or like they could be listening to the conversation,
Sure,
but not directly interacting. I think the other 20% would be the
You're
chatters and anyone that actually like interact. Because honestly, for me, when I'm watching like even some of my closer streamer friends, I don't want to type because I know as soon as I type, they're gonna read it and I'm gonna type something back. So
Sure.
sometimes I just like to have it there and I see what's going on.
the timing aspect of it's like, when does this conversation end?
Right.
It's like,
And
and that happens a lot. It's like I say goodnight, and then it's like they say something that I want to respond to, so then I respond to it, then they respond, and then I respond. It's just like an endless cycle of like, wait, so how do I go?
So today was my first time on Facebook that I couldn't keep up with my chat. And now, Caesar, I know you got something fucking quip to say. I don't even give a shit. But today was the first time, and I actually had to ask for help to catch up on chat because I didn't want to miss nothing. Because, dude, this conversation they were having, I caught the tail end of, and it was fabulous.
So I've been doing a good job of realizing when chat is talking to themselves, and I don't necessarily need to be in
important.
it. Like I used to read everything as well, and I still try to, but like there's been a couple days now that I notice people just having a conversation with themselves about something
that's my favorite.
They're enjoying. It's like, yeah, keep this going. You guys are having a conversation.
Yeah, when chat is especially with raids, when chat's interacting with chat, the retention rate is so much higher. So that's why I appreciate people that stay in, because I might be intently focused in a game creating content for them to watch, but in order to like engage their mind, it's like, oh, how was your day? Yeah, and they can go back and forth with that.
No, and even yesterday, during the giveaway, the giveaway we did, I told him, I was like, I have 600 entries I have to get through. I'm going to go through like a ton of these entries and I'm not going to look at chat, like I still obviously look at chat, but like everyone else in chat was like greeting the new people. They were like, keeping it engaged, and they were like, normally it's pretty, interactive. This is what's going on right now. This. And that meant a ton to me. And that's so important, like that your chat is that engaging.
Are we streamers?
Amazing.
Are we streamers giving how to be a good viewer advice?
No, I'm saying like,
I mean, it's just a byproduct.
Well, I'm not saying right now.
I love it.
Well, I mean, Black, from the moment we met and I've come into your chat, you're gonna
say some quit, bro.
No, when I'm in your chat and when I'm not in your chat, don't you?
Fucking right, I do, you bastard.
When I'm in there, when I'm in there,
he's creating chaos.
I'm chatting, I'm talking, I'm communicating, whether it be with Black or somebody else in chat.
Way to say it.
I'm communicating. I'm giving you something to run with.
Oh yeah, you do.
There's only a
It's
few
called high
times.
blood pressure.
There's only a few times I've been in his chat and I haven't said anything yet, and it's perfect because then they say something about me, and I'm like, "Ya bitches, I've
I'm
been here.
here.
I've been here. I got you."
I've seen those.
Yeah, I love it.
What was it? It was like it was last month. We were actually talking about like you directly.
No, it's happened a couple times. It's happened a couple times, and I've
And,
caught him
like-
both times. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
It's
never
nice.
had anything negative to say though.
It doesn't matter what you're
Because
saying.
I'm too scared that he's in chat.
It's all good. You never know who's watching, right? You never
I
know who's
love
watching.
you, buddy. Hey, bro, that's what I say about my Facebook thing. You never know who's watching your content.
So you know that Ovi, that's how he got partnered over on Facebook. That's the only detail he'll really give. But it was
That's all I'm allowed to give.
yeah. You never know who's in your chat, right?
Yep.
It's just kind of happened, and then he goes over. And, never streamed a day on Facebook. Well, sorry to say, Never
I
streamed-
tested
That's how
a
it works.
stream.
I thought there was like maybe some prerequisites.
never streamed a day as a level up program on Facebook. I will say that.
Nope.
He streamed on Facebook as like just test trials or whatever,
Testing
trying it out,
things
but never streamed as
Mm.
level up. Just partner happened because of just opportunity, right?
Networking, guys, remember, very important in life. Network as much as you can.
There we go.
Yep.
There's our
Makes your life
lesson.
so much easier.
He looked
Ooh,
at the camera and
network.
everything. He looked at the camera and everything.
You need to make that the freaking the thumbnail.
No, my thumbnail's
Him
my
pointing.
thumbnail's the
We-
same
we
every
want
day.
you.
You know that.
Whatever. We can
Consistency.
do it. I'll screenshot it and get you like a perfect cutout.
I'm
of
not
him.
gonna do it. I'm not gonna use
Well,
it.
you're trash.
Just because you
This
want
man's gorgeous.
just because
he
you-
needs to be on the front
Listen,
can
just-
of like a
just-
fucking cereal box,
just
bro.
because you want to take
This man's
that
Tony the
thumbnail
Tiger great.
into your alone time doesn't mean I need to make it my thumbnail. Just because you want alone time with the thumbnail doesn't mean I need it there, okay? You're making everyone uncomfortable, Black.
You're uncomfortable.
You've
This
already-
man's gorgeous.
And you wonder why there's been accusations about you.
Hey, I don't care. My wife wonders too, okay?
No, I don't wonder anymore. You've made it very clear of why. I said you wonder.
Probable cause.
So we've touched on quite a bit. How long you been playing basketball?
Basketball, not regular. I didn't play in high school or anything. I started playing when I worked at LA Fitness when I was 19. I was a freshman in college, and I played a little bit, but I didn't really play as much time. It was like just a little bit intimidating because you know how the LA Fitness courts, they're usually running 5-on-5s and it's one
Yeah,
court,
totally.
and I'm just trying to, you're just trying to shoot around. And I wouldn't play like as much pickup games. The most amount of basketball I played was probably like within the last 3 months.
Okay.
Like I said, there was we did the park. They made like 2 basketball courts. They made a smaller one for the kids to play on.
So you
because
play
there's
on
no
that one,
adjustable
right?
height.
So you play on that one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't play on that one anymore because I moved. So I'm currently moving to the wall. But
No, I
Oh,
meant
yeah,
you-
you
I
just
sorry,
moved,
I
right?
tried to make a joke. I tried to make a joke that you were playing on the kids' hoop. My bad.
Yeah, he's too
Oh.
dry for that.
think it went
Sometimes it's
over.
okay.
I think it went over.
Yeah, so I've been playing basically like every other day over there. I dropped a lot of my quarantine. I dropped all of it. I'm like the lightest I've been since I joined the army.
There you go. Yeah, getting the
Yeah.
exercise, the endurance. I always think the basketball is a good place. I mean, some people can do
It's
the
fun
treadmill.
cardio too.
Some people can do the treadmill. Some people can do the long
I
runs.
can't.
But the
I can't.
sport,
I stare at that number.
yeah, same, absolutely same. But if you get me on a basketball court, I'll run up and down as much as I need to until I'm dying.
Mhm.
So Hoy has the episode title there, Black. Episode 26. Networking is the
Hey.
key to finding out how sus Black really is. Okay. you-
Damn.
You, muted as I. Did you even hear
Someone
it?
was leaving. I had to say bye.
Networking is the key to finding out how
Bye.
sus Black really is. That's episode 20. Yeah, exactly.
The answer is very.
Very, yeah, very sus. I mean, I
extremely
miss
would
that.
be a better
of-
definition.
I do miss working out. I did like lifting, but I do miss being able to go play basketball for a couple hours just for my sheer physical health and well-being. The endurance I got from it was
Mhm.
nice. So hopefully one day we'll be on the other side of these damn
Yeah,
things, and we'll never
unfortunately,
have
you're
to
gonna have
experience
to
it
make
again.
those. Yeah, you're making sacrifice right now for your kids, but it all makes sense. Just to reduce the statistical probability that they're gonna get sick, and it's fine. You can always shed those pounds later.
Yeah,
Just the thing that sucks is I'm not sure with you, but I get so much energy throughout the day, like during the workday, if I worked out the day prior,
sure.
morning of.
Yeah, you just
So,
body just feels better. It's like the same as
mhm.
eating healthy, right? People say it all the time, but you're less
Oh no, I
sluggish.
feel fucking great after a couple ice cream sandwiches. All right.
No, you don't.
Oh bullshit.
Nope.
I want to take a nap immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Same.
That's not the
That's fantastic.
that's not the feeling we're talking about, all right? Unless
Oh
you're
my God.
unless you're doing napping streams, I don't think that's gonna work for you, buddy.
Don't tempt me.
We talking about the sheer euphoria of all the dopamine and serotonin flowing through your body.
Of what? You're telling me you don't get a hard on when you eat ice cream? Am I the only one?
Yes. Well, no,
Oh,
not
fuck.
the only one. Not the
Doesn't
only
last
one, but
as long, you know. I'm in it for the long term.
not the only one, but
My wife says the same thing. She's pretty disappointed most of the time.
nah, this has been great. So I sprung this I sprung this on Black last week that we were gonna have to do a quick turnaround because I'm gonna be away the next couple days, and I wanted to make sure we got this week in. Marty, I told you briefly about this. Like I set a goal at the beginning of the year of like I want to do an episode of this the whole year, and I originally we were planning for 52. My PC was in the shop for 2 weeks, so we're gonna be trying to get to 50. So trying to make every week happen. And so far, we've had 2 episodes with just me and Black. The 1st and the 20th as like a recap. And then we've had a different guest every single week so far. And I hit up Ovi at like 5 today, 5:30. And I asked, like, because I just chatted with him the other day, and he was like, yeah, I'm in. I was like, 8 today? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, thank you. Perfect.
Easy.
Love it.
Love you too.
Love it. So, I mean, I want to thank you for, hanging out with us for a couple hours.
Oh yeah.
If you want to get back in Fortnite at any point, Marty, I'm on every night for a couple hours. You can sneak in a couple games before you get bored of it and rage.
Yeah. I mean, will probably only play with friends, so I am more than down. And
I thought you were gonna say, and we're not friends, so. I was like, whoa, this is a weird way to end this.
This is a turn.
This is a turn.
I still go in every now and then to assert my dominance, and then I head off.
I feel that.
You gotta love it. Yeah. So you're saying we're not friends? That's what Neo just said. That's what I was hearing, Neo. I was hearing. Wait. So are you trying to tell me we're not gonna play together? As my voice cracks. Yeah, but I when I'm ready to get into Valorant, I'm definitely gonna hit you up regardless. Because I'm gonna need some coaching. You can jump on your alt account, so then, your Smurf account.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, if I did 5 push-ups like this man's about to do, I would be dead.
Wait, he has to do 5 push-ups?
Oh yeah, someone just redeemed it.
Somebody redeemed 5 push-ups on him?
Dude, you remember when I did that, Caesar? I was dying.
I'm sure. We all know. We all
terrible.
know. Listen, there's different figures, okay?
I had to make my sensitivity triple what it was because my
you're talking about
chest hurt
Fortnite.
so bad.
Okay, you're talking about Fortnite.
I guess I gotta do the push-ups now. Damn. I was gonna wait till the end.
I called him out. I want to see it. I just want to see this magnificent piece of man work.
He can't hear you right now.
I know. His chat can though. What's up, chat? How we doing today? Look at this. Look at him go.
These are the army push-ups.
He also got a new print. He got a new printer
back.
today too. Yeah. Asked him about his broken printer.
Ask him about his. He said, "Ask." He told your chat to ask you about the broken printer.
The broken printer.
Yeah, because you had to push the printer out of the way. Nice. I think the army would be proud. The army would be proud of those push-ups.
Good form. 90 degrees.
Good form.
I loved it. Every second. Check clip.
Guys,
Check
yeah, right.
clip,
Check clip.
slow-mo,
Oh
enhanced,
my god!
enhanced.
All right, all right. We're going down like a path I don't want to see happen. Yeah, like I said, Marty, thank you for doing this. Thank you for coming on.
I had a blast.
I tell
Yeah, it was a
everybody,
fun time.
Marty's actually the first person. I didn't even tell him to get in the sign up. I had to reach out to him, get him in there. So Marty,
Networking.
yeah, right. Networking is the number one
around.
thing. If you want to be on in the future again, right? If you want to come back and chat with us in a month, 2 months, 3 months, you'll be welcome to be back. This was great. I already knew you a little bit, but it's cool to hear some of the other factors and just talk through shit. So, and
Yeah, I'm glad to be
listen,
on.
Black couldn't stand up this whole chat because what was going on below the belt. But
And check.
oh my god, so fucking weird, bro. You make people
Deal with it.
uncomfortable. You make people. I mean, you make me uncomfortable.
I'm fine with it.
Hey, at least he's not like Aiden and Ross. I'm not sure if you
That's
guys
too
know
much
about Aiden
fun.
and Ross.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing his
he's
things.
The
Yeah.
sus dude with all the rappers.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
he's on a whole nother level.
I mean, I'm sus, but I ain't like real suspect.
Well, I mean, listen, I think once you put on that persona, you have to go full in with it, right? Like you don't have a choice.
Oh yeah, you don't. Once you go down the rabbit hole, you gotta finish.
Oh yeah, dude. You gotta see it through, my boy.
For real. Hey, that's
took her
not true.
panties
My
off.
wife's in the bedroom.
She took her panties
All
off,
right.
threw them on the ground. They was white. But they had some brown spots in them. That's what he just did.
TikTok?
He just did that. He just did that. That's what you were
I
doing, right?
didn't even hear it, bro.
Marty, that's what you were doing, right? Got to see it through, my boy. Do you not
Gotta
know that
see it
TikTok?
through.
Yeah, that's what he says at the end.
Yeah.
You got to see it through, my boy. We had
You guys
sex.
are great.
We had sex.
Got to see it through, my boy.
Got to through it. Got to see it through, my boy. Oh my God. Anywho, cool. Hey, appreciate you being on here. Everybody else,
was a blast.
we got a long break.
Yeah,
Probably not gonna have it for like a week and a half now. Black's gonna get all sad, but maybe we'll, if we bring somebody in better looking than Marty, maybe he'll forget all about it.
Nah, man, that's set a new level.
Oh
like
my
that
God.
jawline. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
It's the lighting.
All right.
It's usually not.
Lighting's everything. Okay.
We'll catch everybody
really
next
is
week.
everything, guys.